Why do we put events like this on?
Yeah, I think we work very closely with club partner Kirklees College, and every quarter we host these events with different themes, and today is all around PR and marketing. And it brings together club partners, it brings together non-club partners as well, to listen to some expert advice of how they can maybe develop their business, how they can increase revenue, maximise opportunities. It's a great way to network with people that maybe don't know the club, and likewise that want to get to know the club as well.
For me, it sounds obvious, but it's hopefully you agree, it's about relationships and providing a good service to the journalists that we work with, and that sounds like an obvious thing, but I think you probably agree, you get some bloody awful PR, don't you? People just, not knowing their clients or their business, pitching the wrong things, not understanding who they're speaking to. So I think the first thing is, as a business, making sure whoever's representing you actually understands who they're talking to and can translate your message effectively to them.
Don't engage with a PR agency unless you're willing to open up. That's really key. We can't get you in the press if we don't really understand what's going on in your business and you're not willing to share some insight. Some of it is confidential, we completely get that, and we know that can't go out, but it helps us to build a picture of what it is that you want to be saying.
The relationships, whether it's directly with the media or whether you're using an agency, is absolutely key, because that's how you best learn to understand what they're looking for and not just what you're trying to push out. Everyone said this, but in my 12 years doing what I do, it's completely changed from pushing messages out that you think are good to reacting to what people want from you. And that's just the way the world is now with social media and everything. It's much easier to find out what people are actually asking for from you than it used to be. So I'd say that to anyone, whatever your business is, keep your message relevant. Just because you think you've done something that's really good doesn't mean that anyone's going to care about it, unfortunately.
The other thing to remember is that I have to sell the story as well. I can't dictate that story goes in the paper or online or anywhere. I can tweet it, I can maybe mention it, but I have to sell it to my editors. So kind of selling it to me is only half the process in a way, and that's why understanding the medium you're selling to is so important. And where does your message fit with the message of that publication?
Every time we do something that's like a landmark moment in the season, they absolutely shoot up, and that's no coincidence. So when we meet Manchester United at home in October, we had the biggest jump we'd had since promotion, and that's international. And we've seen our rough demographic split, or geo split, change overnight again because of one penalty. So we've traditionally had about 95% UK audience across all our platforms, not just social media, but website, everything. This is digitally, and then we're sat now around 80. And when you consider the numbers have gone up, probably doubled since promotion, that's quite significant. We gained 30,000 email addresses in Egypt, and we have no idea why. We'd not targeted that area, we'd done nothing particularly in that area at all, we've got no foothold in Egypt, so that was suddenly one of our biggest foreign territories, and we couldn't figure out why. We've had to reverse engineer it, and the Premier League runs a really big fantasy game. I don't know if there's probably a few people in here that play that. Fantasy Premier League, there's like 4 million players worldwide, mostly UK. When you sign up to that, you get to choose which Premier League clubs you're interested in, and obviously you can pick us, you can pick all 20 if you feel like it. And I spoke to the Premier League, and their second biggest territory in the world is Egypt, and it's because there's a couple of really high-profile Egyptian players in England. So Mo Salah plays for Liverpool, and there's a chap called Higazi that plays for West Brom as well. And they all just play to put them in the teams, and it happens that some of those, for some reason, said that they quite liked Huddersfield Town as a thing. So overnight, we've got 30,000 Egyptians that are suddenly interested in Huddersfield Town. And hand on heart, we don't really know what to do with that right now. We're trying to figure that out, but that is, and John alluded to this earlier, we've set up kind of a working party with people within the business to try and figure that out from the different touch points, not specific to Egypt, but what we do with this new overseas audience and how we best take advantage of it for the club. What we're really proud of internally is that when you kind of look into that a little bit and you look at the engagement that we're getting across all our social media platforms, we're second in the Premier League to Manchester United, which we're really proud of. I'm much more interested in. Top line figures look great and people like to see that and you kind of feel good about it, but if they're actually not bothered to interact with you and they're not actually engaging with you, then they're pretty useless to you in truth. So we always try and make sure that our messaging is relevant to the audience, and thankfully that seems to be paying dividends at the moment, so we're getting great engagement, and long may that continue.
What do you think people have taken away from today's Pitch Perfect PR event?
Well, I know that for a fact that one of our panellists has been approached to do some work already as soon as she got off the stool, so that's a great start. And I know that people do, it's well attended, as it always is, and I know that businesses do gain business from it, even if it's just a conversation or a cup of coffee, but I do know they gain business from it, and that's why we do this event with Kirklees College, different themes every quarter, and the next one we'll do probably towards the end of the season.